afternoon, and welcome back to the Team Nerd Herd podcast for our best advice. If you want to do it right, like, Team Nerd Herd, we are super excited to bring you yet another creator spotlight interview. A segment we like to call "What If We Don't Shut the F Up?" This afternoon, your guys are going to find out. We are super excited, guys, to bring you guys Jimmy and Amanda. Amanda and Jimmy. Amanda Conner and Jimmy Palmiotti.
Mr. Conner.
I was about to fall apart, guys. I was about to fall apart.
Yeah, Steve, your sound is going in and out. It might be on our end. You know, it's kind of walking a little bit.
It's Steve's shtick. I mean, that's what he does. Sometimes he comes out muted.
Yeah,
you know.
And I fell right for it. I can't believe it.
And I'm fixing my mic.
There you go.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay. It's okay. I'm not one of those guys that let you walk around with like stuff in your teeth. I'll stop you and go, dude, you have some stuff in your teeth. You know,
that's cool.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated. And thank you guys both again for coming on our show. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule because, you know, cons are back. Things are just kind of happening all over the place. So we definitely appreciate you guys so much.
Well, we appreciate you guys as well. That's why we're here. We're here to have some fun.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
With a capital F.
That's right. So Steve, I know you're working with the mic. Let's give a couple shout outs to our moderators.
Oh yeah. You guys already know we're gonna give a shout out to the Team Nerd Herd moderator, brother number 1, brother Rudy, pillar to the community. Brother number 1, brother number 2, something Wong. You already know something white's always gonna happen when that guy's around.
When something Wong is on, something is always right.
Oh yeah. Yes. I live by that creed. And brother number 3, D'Anime Etc. D'Anime Etc. Senpai. And then you also gotta give shout outs to our house DJs, DJ Abomination and Plainclothes D, brother Darian. What's cracking? And now we are going to swan dive into this herd chat. What's going on? Brother number 1, brother Rudy is here. He is live and direct. HK Wifey 420. Sheena, what's going on, girl? All right. Battle 66 Delta, my brother. Good afternoon. All right, let's see here. You got.
I love that nobody has a job.
You know,
you're working from home.
Yeah, everyone's working from home, taking a break.
Yeah, I'm like,
we're all virtual. We're working from home.
Right now, I got somebody typing for me. No, just copy 801.
It's like, hey, thank you for my Starbucks. Now get back to work.
That's how virtual it is. I'm getting like you're gonna make overtime tonight, right? I'm getting that look by my superiors. You got Glenn 2K12. What's going on, my brother from the other side of the pond? And also my horror hermano. Yeah, you got to roll your R's when you say hermano, otherwise it doesn't really go. Hermano. Ciao, bella. And you got my man, Comics Are Great. You got the great CRG all up in the building. He is doing double duty. He is walking down those aisleways like he's winning the championship belt or something. Nicole, good afternoon, my friend. Good to see you, girl. Good to see you. You got my man, Nicholas Goldtra. What's going on? He's in the building. Thank you so much for supporting. You got Comics on the Edge. You got my brother, Robert from the low grades, keeping it really low grade. Yeah, that's my brother right there.
1.1.
Oh, yes, sir. 1.1. It's either low grade or no grade, as they say.
Hey, it means it's red.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I think we are all caught up, you guys.
All right.
Oh, looks like we have another visitor here. Adding him to the chat. What is going on, Jeff?
Hey, man.
I'm so sorry for the tardiness. I sincerely apologize to both of you. I was caught up at the comic book store. I was getting rid of.
All right.
I was getting rid of my collection of DC books. Universe collection action figures, all 250 plus of them.
My God! What's that on?
I'm sorry. I wanted to make room because I got my use out of them. I got to play with them. I got to pose them, and I took plenty of pictures. But it's time to move on because they.
Yeah. Congratulations on adulting.
Congratulations to my comic book store who just got a nice, immaculate collection because I put everything in individual bags and
Oh,
That's
wow.
everything.
That loyalty goes both ways to the comic shops.
Yes.
Yeah, collector's dreams.
Great.
And
I
bagging and
have to
boarding
take
too.
you
There's
two
a
for being-
shortage.
Yeah. My office is in the back of a comic shop
Oh.
down here.
really?
So I go out there once in a while and I eyeball what's going on, see what's selling, see what's not selling, laugh at them, and then run back into my office.
That'll show them.
Grab a comic
I
book
go
or
out,
two.
I'll bend the corner of a book, and then I'll run back into my office.
Oh,
Just
no,
so
no,
I
no,
somebody
you're killing
calm
me.
down.
He
Yeah.
has, he has a
So-
slice of pizza and just goes, yes.
9.8, 2.1
And the shot of an instant. Bam, snap of a finger.
Oh my goodness.
quicker than Thanos snap.
He's like,
Oh, yes.
water damage.
You want me to sign that? You want me to sign that?
That's right. That's right.
Let me get my spray can out.
Oh, right.
Fingerprints.
Got to give
Oh,
shout outs to Comic Kings Brando over here as well. What's going on, Brando? And are you guys ready for some rapid fire questions? I know we got to start this off.
Amanda's gonna be the
Amanda, are you
I'm
ready?
not.
for some
She's
rapid
the
fire?
bullseye.
I'm never ready for rapid fire questions, so it doesn't matter. Like I can't guarantee you rapid fire answers. So
There need not be a rapid fire answer. There could be thought, and we can build off of that because I
I'm one of
know.
those people. I'm like, let's
Yes.
see.
I'm not.
That's why there's two of you today.
That's right.
Yes.
You can phone
Powerhouse
a friend.
pioneer
If she
combo.
doesn't get it, I'm going to be a puppet, and I'm just going to put my hand up there, and there you go. Like a ventriloquist. Not really.
Oh my god! Oh
This
my
is
god!
officially the best interview I've ever had already.
I know this is awesome. You guys are awesome. Spidey, powdered tumblers. What's going on, my man? My man Jose. All right. Favorite dessert?
Oh, mint chocolate chip ice cream. No, Snickers. No.
Oh man. Well, so far you're 2 for 2.
I have like 15, so
Yeah,
this is the top three.
there's a special answer always
But
when it comes to
that's
dessert.
All right, Anthony.
Anthony, it's your turn, brother.
oh my turn. Okay, favorite movie.
Ooh, I have 5. Poseidon Adventure, first Star Wars, Episode 4. Then after that is Terminator. No,
Ooh,
regular
Terminator.
first Terminator.
Right?
Oh my goodness.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and
Never seen that one.
That's so
Long
good.
Kiss Goodnight, but
Oh.
I'm out of
Oh man.
yeah.
Both
And then
good.
Okay.
Jaws, because Jaws is just great.
Yes.
So
That was quick.
Yeah, that was rapid.
That's a great
And she
list
rolled
of
off
movies.
6 of them too.
Wow.
Yeah, she's all. These are your rapid fire questions. Ha,
He's like, I got you. All right.
Alonzo, hit him with it.
We were talking about Panda Express
Uh-oh.
in the
Power
back
review?
room. So, what is your favorite fast food joint?
ooh. My favorite fast food joint is one that I can't get to in Florida. But I try and frequent it when I'm out in California, and that is In-N-Out Burger.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Callie love for you right there.
So good, so good. Yeah.
But what do you know about the secret menu though?
I know about one of the items on the secret menu, but I don't know all of the. I think animal style.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
which I had once, but I actually just kind of like it. I'm a little bit more of a purist. I like it,
Okay.
just classic with the onions and the lettuce and tomato and But I had to try animal style.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Grilled onions,
No comment.
mustard fried with the pickles.
That's
That's
right,
part
that's
of the
right.
secret.
Wait, what was that? Say that again.
Grilled onions, mustard fried with the pickles. Mustard
Okay.
fried, they put the mustard on the bun, they grill it on the grill.
Oh, I have to try that.
It will change your world, Amanda. I am telling you right now.
You changing my world, and I live here.
Oh my God, you guys do not know about this menu.
don't
I gotta
have it.
each one teach one. Don't hide it, divide it. You know.
They don't have it in New York. You just rock my world.
Oh, Rand,
Yeah. All right. Next time I'm out west, that's when I'm gonna. Yeah.
please put in a call and we will meet you there. I promise.
Okay.
I will get you all the glorious things from that menu.
Dude, what are you doing to me, man?
I'm sorry, man. We gotta get you a ticket too. Shout out to Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Uzumaki, my brother. What's going on?
We can give you diabetes just by talking about stuff.
I know.
Jeff, hit Jeff, you're up next.
All
bro.
right. Since we're gonna go with all these foodie questions, cake or pie?
Pie.
Yes.
Why?
Because God, that's hard for me. I feel like cake, like Jimmy loves chocolate cake, but I'm like, I would rather just have chocolate than have it in cake form.
Okay.
But pie, it's like a giant pastry that you can like put ice cream on and heat it up and the ice cream melts all over it.
And
Yeah,
it still stays. It doesn't feel like it falls apart or gets squishy. It still maintains its density, for lack of a better term.
I love both. You know, like I said, I love strawberry shortcake, but I really love like apple pie and pecan pie and.
Ooh. Okay.
It's the season too. It's coming.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Pecan
right.
and pumpkins and.
Oh yeah.
So Jimmy,
Yes.
do you have a rapid fire question for Amanda?
What's for dinner?
I am going to attempt to make like mahi on rice with like lemon butter garlic sauce.
All right, that sounds good.
That's my attempt.
Wow.
All right, you get an A+ for that.
Yay.
I'm jealous. Jimmy.
I know.
Yeah, I'm
What
jealous.
did I
You're
exchange my A+ for?
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm looking at a PB and jelly sandwich. We got
The bread is nice.
We got a question from the Bird chat, and it's
Okay.
from our moderator, brother number 1, Rudy. Legit question for later. Given that women have become a stronger presence in books, and not just for looks, but their strengths, what do you feel about a redo for 22 Brides?
Oh, that would be fun. I would love to tackle 22 Brides.
Yeah, I think when we weren't doing it, we created the Gang of Harleys in the Harley book, and that was our way of doing another, kind of diverse gang of kick-ass ladies, and then the 22 Brides, that would be fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would love to revisit.
Yeah, we
22
put her
Brides.
in one of the Jane books a couple years back. We would definitely we'd update it. We'd update their clothing, that's for sure.
Well, that was the 90s. So.
It was the 90s. We need some more,
So yeah, I would totally tackle the brides.
Be safe. You got Michelle saying she's listening during work. and
So
she's having a great
someone's
time.
actually working.
Station with my brother Big Herm Collectibles.
Don't tell my boss.
Yeah. But they bet not be looking. I'm on lunch.
Yeah, well, we all are.
You gotta love her in something Wong. They need more Harley. Now you guys know, if you guys are total fans, you guys know this powerhouse couple, these pioneers here. You guys seen their work from DC's Power Girl, Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, and then independent titles like The Pro. I know somewhere JR is punching numbers over there at the IRS, and he's upset, his heart broken, and guess what? We don't care because he's our resident a-hole, Amanda. Let me tell you, when we get done with this interview, I can't wait to hum like a bird.
He was so bitter earlier.
Yeah, he is a total fan of The Pro. We are also fans of Pop Kill, and we are also fans of most recent Blondie. So,
oh yeah, that's the book we're working on now.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. The biography. It's actually a monster of a book. So
Yeah.
and the band is involved. So we write stuff, and they go, "Oh no, don't you dare put that there." And
That's why it's taking so long.
yeah, it's taking a little longer than we thought, but that's what happens. You're dealing with superstars.
Oh, Copy said he's going to save his questions for next Tuesday. Hey,
Yep.
we're in the moment now, Copy.
What's next Tuesday?
Yeah,
Copy has an interview with Jimmy on next Tuesday.
Okay,
Oh,
all right.
I'm looking at my calendar. I'm like, I guess I got to put that in there.
Maybe Copy's just making it up.
That's the 19th. I got to check that out. I'm sure it's there.
Ask your questions now, Copy.
Poor Copy, you better get it in when you can.
Ask a 2-part question. I'll answer the second part later.
The second part's always the best, right? You
That's
got to
right,
get the first out the way.
Save the best for last.
Really quickly, we do have another chat question from Glenn2K12 from our friend across the pond. He wanted to know, Jimmy and Amanda, what do you think of Harley in the DC movies?
Fun. I think Margot Robbie is really I think she's kicking ass on it.
Yeah.
You know, she's doing a great job, and she's and every time she puts on Harley, I think she like hones it and tweaks it a little bit more every time. You know, I think, you know, she nails it a little bit better every single movie.
Yeah.
You know, and it was really gratifying because, and I've said this before, but you know, I've read interviews with actors who take on, you know, various comic book related roles or superhero related roles. And, you know, and this was kind of a while ago, and somebody in the interview had asked them, well, do you read the comics that, you know, so that you can get a feel for the character that you're playing? And they're like, oh, no way. You know, like comics were radioactive or covered in snot or something like that, you know? And it was really, really disheartening to, you know, hear that or read that in an interview. But it's really like, it gives you all the warm fuzzies when you actually see pictures of Margot Robbie standing in line somewhere and reading like a Harley Quinn trade paperback, because, you know, she's genuine and she loves the character and she's doing her research. So, you know, it's pretty cool.
The first time we met her, the first thing she said, it was right after the first Suicide Squad premiere. She came up to us and asked us if she did a good job. And we of course said no, it was horrible. We gushed at her and we said it was fantastic, and then we saw her after Birds of Prey, said the same thing to her. You know, my only shortcoming, I think, with the character is Warner Brothers not figuring out that just make a Harley Quinn movie. You don't have to put everybody else and their mother in it. You don't need a Suicide Squad. You don't need a Birds of Prey. Just make a solid Harley Quinn movie.
Well, that's what we did with the book. We're like, you know, and that was like one of the things that, like, okay, if we leave her in Gotham, she's going to become a secondary character in her own book, you know? So that's why we yanked her out of Gotham and put her back in Brooklyn, you know, where she grew up. So yeah, I mean, and she was able to stand on her own 2 feet. You know, she didn't need, you know, Batman and the Joker and everybody else in Gotham to be able to be a successful character.
Yeah, it's just a weak. I think it's a little bit of a weakness throwing her in with 55 other characters all the time. That is, Margot Robbie can hold a movie on her own as Harley, I think, and you know, and hopefully they'll give us a call if they run out of ideas, because we have a ton. So.
Ooh, I can't wait for that. We also got another question in the group chat: Sex Pistols or the Ramones?
You know, so
how dare you?
That's what I thought.
Oh, they gave him a versus already.
Oh man,
it's
Uzumaki.
It's not an.
I mean, it's an or Sex Pistols or Ramones. I mean, you know, I think. At least when I used to go, I think the Ramones would have opened up for the Sex Pistols initially at CB's. But that's a good double header right there.
That's a terrible thing to ask me to decide.
Well, if the Ramones made a song called Amanda.
Yeah, that's the one thing I was pissed off about, is that, like, every song that has my name in the title or like a variation of my name, like Mandy or Amanda, they are all... like so like saccharine sweet and like just like no, you know. And I was like, why didn't the Ramones make an Amanda song? So that's like one of my
so not the Ramones then you're saying.
Well,
Sex
I mean,
Pistols?
Okay, yeah.
I mean, if I'm driving, I think Sex Pistols is better music.
I don't know. I mean,
on a highway, I mean, like with nobody else on it.
Ramones
yeah, Ramones works too.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the best 2-minute songs ever. So, you know.
That's a good
I
question.
didn't see the Ramones, and I never saw the Sex Pistols live. So,
right, there you go.
So there's that. So,
shout outs to Broski Gomez. What's going on, my brother, over at East Meets West? You got
So back to Blondie and your guys' work for that. Do you guys have an idea of when it's going to be coming out? Because I know it was mentioned, I think, either earlier this year or late last year that you guys are going to be working on it.
Yeah, so it looks like next summer-ish. It looks like, because the book. I mean, without giving too much away, you know, we do like the bookend of the book, the big story, and then there's like all this different talent involved doing chapters in it and stuff. So it's it's a bit of a monster of a book. It's a big, thick monster of a book, and nothing that's going to go quick. And then the band has to okay everything. So that is another level of madness to have to do, because if they don't like a likeness, if they don't like the way we wrote something, and thank God I've been talking to Chris Stein, and he's great. He's another Brooklyn boy, grew up in my neighborhood, so we've been able to communicate with him and get some details and stuff that people didn't even know about the band. So it's a huge project. We're still in the middle of it. So I'm hoping like next year, middle of next year, hopefully, but I'm sure the Z2 Comics has an actual date that they're going to call me and yell at me and say it's actually due this day, and whatever, we'll figure it out. But it is a big book. It's not it's going to be a big fat giant book. So.
Oh my God! Like one of those like big giant omnibuses. It's gonna be like that size.
I think size wise it'll be like square, like a record, but I don't. It's not gonna be 800 pages. I mean, but it'll be a good couple of hundred, I think. So.
Oh
wow!
A nice coffee table book.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good weapon. I'm looking around for a book. I worked on the Anthrax book. I don't know if you saw the Anthrax book. I wrote the beginning of that, because Anthony, they're from Queens, right? You know that. So they asked me to write the opening chapter of that book, and that kid just came out, so it was pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for that. I'm just eager. I mean, with the whole Kickstarter and everything like that, sometimes I'm just looking at books that I normally get on my pull. I'm like, no, I can't. And I think they're a lot more personable in that sense. I mean, and they're just well done. So I can't wait.
Well, the thing with Kickstarter, I mean, we have the Painkiller Jane up and running right now, and the thing with them is, it's basically the fans supporting the actual creators, not the companies. At this point in our career, we've worked for Marvel and DC and other companies for almost 30 years, right? Around there.
Well, as of right about now, for me, it's been 33 years.
33 years.
Wow.
So we've been working, and it's tough. It's tough when you get like twice a year, you'll get a royalty thing from your books. Like I just got one recently. I'm not going to say from who, but it was for over 390 books that I did and it was the royalty for the digital downloads for the books for all those books for 6 months. And my check was $107. So if you want to understand why a lot of people aren't working for the bigger companies as much these days and doing Kickstarters and going out on their own, financially, there's no parachute. There's no retirement. They don't pick up medical. We don't have 401ks from the company. Warner Brothers and Disney do not have plans or to take care of us or anything. That's why there's things like Heroes Initiative and stuff like that. So with Kickstarter, it's actually us communicating directly with the fans. So when you back a book that Amanda and I do, like Painkiller Jane that's up now, it's actually us going, she's drawing one of the covers on it. I deal with the printer. We both pack the books. And it is grassroots, and it's not as big and not as sexy as maybe working for bigger publishers. But in the end, it's a connection. You guys get to connect with us and back our stuff. And when, I see people that back the Kickstarters always come up to us and show, there you go. You see, he's got the Pop Kill one. That's so
nice.
Yeah. And, Alonzo, those books are a lot nicer paper and printing and everything than what comes out.
And they're thick. I mean, it's fantastic. There's a lot of stuff that you guys put into those.
Yeah.
It has that one variant I really like, right?
It's that DLC.
The Drew Barrymore looking one.
Yeah, the Adam Hughes one. Everyone bugs me for that. I'm like, we sold out of that. The new Kickstarter we have, Amanda did a cover of Jane with like a gun aimed right at you,
Mm-hmm.
And we left this circle blank, and she's doing remarks in the circle. But I remind guys, I'm like, we're only printing enough of those to do that, so people tell me, oh, I got this limited thing. They only made 2,000 copies. I'm like, I got books that only have 100 copies made. The Adam Hughes one was like 300 and something. And I mean, it sold out like that,
Oh yeah.
I
was so regretful. I was like, no.
Yeah. I keep seeing people on eBay selling them for $1,000. And I'm like, oh my God, I should have printed
Wow.
like 3,000 more of those. But that's the fun about the Kickstarter, right? Because it's like you're getting in on a limited level, and even if Pop Kill, even if we one day publish it with another publisher, it'll be nothing like the books you have in that format. Even if we do that, because part of me is a comic collector, so I like the idea of having unique things in my collection, and that's where the Kickstarters are great.
No, I love it, and I know Amanda was also doing some Kickstarters too, because I also got the
Umbrella ones.
Yeah,
man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was for Dynamite Comics, and we actually got to choose the stories inside the book, which was nice.
I know it's great. I love the art and how you guys did it. I mean, I'm glad, like you said, you make everything very limited. It's nice that you guys have kind of like personalize it in that fashion. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and I think the fans would prefer to hear that we're making a couple of dollars as opposed to us not.
Definitely.
And we work when you work for corporations. You guys know it's only as good as they don't really. We're very disposable to them, and we get it. So we realize we have to step out on our own and do our own things.
And it's a shame that it turns out like that, because I mean we are talking Marvel and DC, but both of you have been trendsetters in the community. You, Jimmy, you started with Joe Quesada, Marvel Knights. Which is still going. Yeah, Amanda, you've been one of the premier female artists in the industry. That popularized female artists. And you gave women a giant platform to stand on.
I mean, and I'm only standing on the platform that the like Wendy Pini and Jander Sema and Marie Severin gave to me to stand on. So, Trina Robbins, all those lovely ladies.
Tell them that story about that time you went in the comic shop and they asked you told them what you want to do for it. This is a pretty funny story.
Well, it's funny because throughout my, comic book career and trying to get into comics, I've been incredibly lucky. Because you always hear so many horror stories about, girls and women, trying to get into comic books and being discouraged and and I was really, really lucky because I was really encouraged by people. So I was fortunate enough not to have to deal with a lot of that, except for there was this one time when I had gone into this local comic shop, and this was I think one of my summers home from the Joe Kubert school, and I guess they weren't used to having, girls come into their store.
And you guys remember that. There weren't a lot of women coming. They're usually picking up their kids or...
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I don't even remember what I was looking for, but they were like, we haven't seen you in here before. And I'm like, oh, I live in the next town over. And they're like, they started talking. Somehow the subject came up that I was, home for the summer from the Joe Kubert school. And they were like, wait, you go to the Joe Kubert school? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, so you want to draw comics? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, and it was laugh away, clowns.
I mean, who's got the last laugh now?
Those guys are good for comics with boards going.
Station, brother.
So yeah. And I mean, really, people who, and I mean, after that, years later, I went on to open up a comic book store with my ex-husband who still owns it. And we were always trying to make it, really friendly and welcoming for girls to come in and buy stuff. And I think we did a pretty good job, but yeah, the only time I ever got a lot of crap from people was it was usually from people I would see at the copy shop, and they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, this is comic books. And they're like, you're doing comic books? What's wrong with you? It was people who, being criticized by people who hadn't read a comic in probably 58 years.
Well, I think you drawing the pro changed all of that pretty quick. So
well, I mean that's the other thing is I was kind of pigeonholed as the Barbie artist, and I was like, how am I? Even when I was doing Vampirella, people were still calling me that Barbie artist, and I was like, maybe the pro will yank me out of that pigeonhole.
Oh yeah.
It's a great sentence. Yank me out of that pigeonhole.
Yes.
You can apply that to 1,000 different things, including pigeons.
So that it seemed to work
There you go.
for me. Yeah.
Just kind of a quick question, only because like we've heard Jimmy's side of this. We would like to know how did you guys meet?
We met when I was doing the Gargoyles comic for Marvel. Marvel had been licensing comics, to Disney and Mattel. Like that's how I was doing the Barbie comic. I had this amazing editor, and I just love her so much. And her name is Hildy Mesnick, and she was my editor on the Barbie comics, and then she was also the editor on the Disney comics. So they sort of like threw all of the licensed stuff her way. And doing the Barbie comics and the Disney comics were so restrictive, because they're just very, very uptight about how everything looks and, how it's just a pain in the ass. But the Gargoyles comic, they were going to do a comic based on the Gargoyles cartoon, the animated cartoon. And the Buena Vista guys, and Buena Vista is under Disney, but they were so like chill. They were very, very cool. And they were like, yeah, do it in your own style. Just make it look like the Gargoyles. And it doesn't have to, there's no style sheets. Just make sure it looks like the Gargoyles and it's, recognizable and make it look good. And we're like, okay. So Hildy's like, you want to do this book? And I'm like, absolutely. And I think, I met you through her.
Yeah, I got called in to come ink some of Amanda's covers. I inked the first issue cover, and that was over Joe Madureira. And then Amanda did all the covers after that, and they asked me to come in and ink your covers. I think I met you.
Yeah.
When you're up there, and I was like, "How you doing?"
Yeah. That's the story we heard.
I was reminded by the editor that she was married, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And I inked a bunch of her covers, and we became friends. And I said, "Look," I said, "You're going to get pigeonholed if you stay here. I can get you a gig at Harris with Vampirella if you want."
And I was like, "I love Vampirella."
So I dragged her over to there, and she started doing Vampirella, and then we've been working together ever since. But we didn't date till years later because we were just friends. We were friends. I mean, I knew her ex-husband, and it just like things happen. You know how that works in the world. But we definitely met up at Marvel in the Marvel offices. So yeah.
That's
awesome. That is a tale of love that I love to hear, especially
Want me to
the
ink you, lady?
how you doing?
right now. JR is bummed right now.
Is this a big enough brush for you, or should I get something bigger? Maybe this one? I don't know. Anyway.
But it's great when you start off as friends, though, because that's how you build it. And how long have you two been together, working together / been together? How long?
We met each other in 92, but we didn't start dating until like 96.
Yeah.
And we got engaged in 2000.
We took our time about that.
And then we didn't get married until 2013.
Yeah,
so
we just take real chill about things.
Wait, did they say they've been engaged for 13 years?
We were engaged for
13 years.
Yeah.
I had to make sure she was the one,
That's real love. That's real love.
We were just like, just
You took your time.
Yeah, we were having fun.
life.
And nobody's parents were saying, you guys should get married. It was always the crazy, weird people that always go, you guys have to get married.
It's the Strokes.
Our friends are always like, oh, who cares,
I think probably one of the things that did it for me was, like thinking about like, what if somebody, one of us is in the hospital and they won't,
Phoenix.
because I always have that fear because that's like a thing, people not letting significant others.
Right.
Just to stay with them in the hospital because they don't have the piece of paper that
Here's what a Brooklyn guy knows: you lie.
Yep.
You go in,
Yes.
and they ask you if you're married. You said, absolutely, we're married. That's my wife. And by the time they check it, she's already in the room She already got the IV in her arm. They're not gonna do anything. And then if they call you on it, you just go, well, we were married in another country. I don't know if that counts. I mean, you just fly your way through it. That's all.
Exactly.
Oh my
See,
God.
that's a New York City guy for you.
She's too, she was brought up in California and Florida and Connecticut.
I'm a terrible liar.
She's a terrible
I'm
liar.
really bad at it.
Yeah.
See, New York is fake it till you make it.
Yeah. It's true. Very true.
Very true.
So are there any other characters that you would like to work on a more independent level, like as far as ideas? I know you've had a lot of great successful like titles with Kickstarter, especially with the Pro. I mean, JR hit me to that game immediately, and I love it. I loved it immediately. I was just like,
we are working on Red Sonja right now, so that's like we're doing that monthly for 10 issues.
That's something that that's like one of those like childhood dreams fulfilled, because after like, because growing up I liked Wonder Woman. I wanted to be Wonder Woman when I grew up, right? And then right around when I was about 12 years old, I discovered Red Sonja. I'm like, she's badass. I want to be her now, So it's like really cool to be working on.
I noticed one of the answers was bisexual Superman.
yeah.
There's somebody, John Timms is doing that.
Oh,
Who
yes.
used to draw Harley Quinn.
Oh, we love John.
John is
great.
We were in Costa Rica doing a signing in Costa Rica.
Oh wow!
And this guy comes up to us with a portfolio, and he goes, "I want to draw comics. What do you think?" And I'm looking at, I'm like, I will get you a job in 2 weeks. Let me go on my vacation after this, and it was John Timms, and I got him a job drawing Harley.
He's
2 weeks.
so
2 weeks later, 2.5 weeks later, he was drawing Harley.
Oh my God, that is so awesome.
Yeah, yeah, he's a great guy.
I love his art. I just picked up the Wonder Woman special, so yeah.
He's
He's
just a wonderful guy too. If you ever meet him,
he's very sweet.
Yeah, just a sweet guy.
Oh, I can't wait. I got this Mary Jane cover from Amazing Spider-Man that I would love to have signed and even remarked. Oh my God.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Yeah. He's great.
Yeah, so we've been working on Sonja, and then the next thing we're doing is Captain Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Captain Brooklyn
Finally.
is finally we're gonna get to that. And that's a couple of issues. That's also co-written with Frank Thierry. It's me, Amanda, and Frank.
Basically, it's based on Frank Thierry.
Yeah, Frank's an asshole, by the way.
He's our asshole.
But he's our asshole.
We have an asshole too. It's JR.
We have an asshole too.
Yeah. What a coinkydink.
No, you guys need to have Frank Thierry on your show. Frank's the greatest guy.
Yeah.
We love Frank.
Awesome.
Just a fun guy. You guys will be challenged. He will take you guys. It'll be like you'll have that bell in the ring. Ding ding ding. Okay, and go. He's a great guest.
Oh my God. I don't know whether to like be scared about
No.
Like,
He's all bark and a little bite.
No.
JR's gonna love him.
Yeah, I was gonna say JR has to be on that show then.
He's a lot of bark. Yeah, he's a lot of bark.
Yeah.
I see Jeff is quiet down there. He's like, yeah.
This is so good. I'm enjoying myself. I'm actually laughing. This is ridiculous.
Well, he's
awesome.
heartbroken. He had to give all those toys away. Don't you understand?
I'm still a little heartbroken.
No more late nights laying on the floor and looking at them from a different perspective. Like he's a small guy looking at these giants of comic industry standing in front of him.
There's no one to look up to me anymore.
I don't know. Those walls behind you are very telling, though. I don't think you're lacking of stuff.
No. That's why.
He makes me look at my setup, Jimmy. I'm like, hey, I'm coming over. Let's switch. But you guys got a question here for sure.
We have this green screen here, so we don't have to show you the mess behind us.
Right, you got.
All right.
Okay, question. So just going our own
Right,
route.
just starting out. Would you suggest going your own route or trying to land at an indie publisher? Would you self-publish if you were starting out today?
So if I was starting out today, knowing what I know, I would try to do both at the same time. So I would try to build my name up by doing an established character. And at the same time, I'd be working on my own books constantly. So I'd be doing these two things at the same time all the time. Because you don't really get, if you're going to get into like writing comics and your only thing you want to write is Spider-Man, then you're going to have a limited run, right? And you're either going to get the job or you're not. But if you have if you're a guy with a ton of ideas, well, you should be writing those ideas down all the time, and then maybe take a gig to get your name out there a little bit. Or if you say, if you can save somebody from a burning fire, or get your name out there somehow, right? You have to do that. But for us, it was mainstream books, right? Work on mainstream books, hopefully get noticed, and then hit them with your creator on at the same time. I think if I knew as much as I did back then, I probably would have been financially better off now. But the world was different back then. You got to remember when we started, no internet, right?
Right.
So there was no internet. You had to like get your name out there. It was either Wizard Magazine or you're at a show, and the shows weren't as big as now.
Right.
And Wizard Magazine, you pretty much had to kind of bribe them to get in there. So it was tough back then. What do you laugh
Is that
at?
how you guys do
I
it?
bribed them.
Is that how you had to do it?
I promised them exclusives. We gave them some art. It's like any business. You kind of have to give and take.
And indie books aren't as big as they are today. Today, I mean, indies are so hot right now. It's not even funny.
Well, the thing would happen with indies, right, is that guys like you and I, we've been reading Batman beating up the Joker for 30 years.
Yes.
And our tastes change. We're all of a sudden we're like, oh, I get it. And then there's a big kerfuffle because Batman shows his penis in one comic, and then that all gets shut down. Was that the Batawang?
Yes, it's the Batwang.
Yeah,
The Batwang.
So we're older and we want different ideas and different things. It's like saying you only like one genre in film. You can't. You have to try a little bit of everything. And you get caught off guard. You're like, oh my God, I never thought I would like that, but what a great show or what a great book. So the indies are giving a lot of ideas room to breathe, and they're collectible because they're limited print runs. But what's happening is the creators you've been following for years are going to the indie companies because they're financially better off. They give us a little play as far as owning the characters. And there's a reason you see all these TV shows coming up based on creators that stepped out of DC and Marvel and did their own thing, and that's an extra plus. You don't always get that, but I just think with the indies now, it's the new collector's market. I think it's the new.
Well, I think this is like the second wave of indies because remember the mid to late '80s, there was a huge surge of indies, and that's where Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came from.
Right.
And I remember that's when I was working before I had my own comic book store with my ex-husband. I worked in a comic book store, and there were just black and white and indie comics everywhere. There were so many. There was like it was like a first wave of independent comics.
Yeah, and Damien makes a good point about the stakes being higher. Yeah, because we're not dealing with characters that have 30 years. Well, we're not dealing with characters that have bed sheets with them on it or pillowcases. Or all these licenses. You really can't mess with Batman or Fantastic Four or Spider-Man because it's on people's mattresses and on their sheets and pillows, and there's toys. There's a limitation to these things, and as you get older, you realize that there's less at stake because they could do anything they want with Spider-Man. He's still going to come back.
Right. I mean that's the thing about it. Since they're
Alice.
Characters,
the Honeymooners books.
Yeah. Who remembers the Honeymooners?
I actually do because I worked on one of the covers for that. I don't know if Copy 801 is being pulling something out of my past.
He just Googled you. He's like, I'm Googling Jimmy. Jimmy.
Yeah. Geez, I don't even know if I knew about that.
Nice, Rob.
Yeah, I did a Honeymooners. I had a big moon and the whole thing. Yeah, with Jack
really?
Yeah, I did.
Do you still have the art from that?
No.
Oh man!
I think I gave it to someone. I gave it
to somebody from Wizard.
Some poor bastard. Yeah. Some poor bastard has it on his wall in his living room. So it's going to be worth $30 one day. You'll see.
I'll show them all.
I'll show them. I'm going to sell this and buy new shoes.
To the moon. To the moon.
There you go.
Are you two looking forward to the con circuit starting back up again next year, 2022.
We've already done a couple.
We're like ultra careful.
Right.
You know, we try to hit ones that aren't that big or that have some of the protocols in place.
Like New York.
Yeah, like New York, they you had to have your vax card and wear masks and everything.
We have Rhode Island coming up in November.
Yeah.
And then we're talking about a December show. But we love going to the shows and meeting people and chatting. I mean, anybody that's ever met us knows that our line moves slowly because we chat with everybody. That is sort of the reason why you go to this show. You don't just go there to get a signature that pushed off a line. I just can't stand that. Amanda and I like to talk to everybody, and that's how we get to know what you guys are looking for too. A lot. You guys people are very vocal about what they want more of, and that helps us. Do you have a favorite or standout memory from a Comic-Con? So many. My God.
Amanda's really thinking of that one.
I did a signing with Glenn Danzig once, where people kept asking me me and Glenn to sign. Women asked to sign each breast.
One on the right.
Yeah, and I think I was the left one or the right one on the woman. But that's what happens when you sign with a rock star. It's never happened in a comic convention.
I was gonna say, are you gonna sleep on the sofa tonight?
No. It wasn't like I was holding him
actually
and
looked
signing,
a little jealous.
I mean, you got to make sure the paper doesn't go anywhere. So yeah, sure.
I was using a brush. Sorry, guys.
Oh no, this is perfect.
Wow.
Guys.
All right, so that's not the best.
good.
That's not a con, but it was in a record store actually.
What do I there's so many moments just
Yeah, how do you choose one?
there was I remember there was one girl when we were doing that New Orleans convention. There was that one. She was like a journalist, but she was like the most energetic person I'd ever met, and she was dressed up in like a cape and everything, and she kept doing this thing, and she was just energetic, and I can't remember what her name was. I'll probably remember it when
she had a lot of cocaine that day, and
I mean,
Amanda, not the girl.
No. And then there was the time that we were in the. I think it was in LA, and one of the celebrity guests didn't get their sandwich, so I split my sandwich with them, and it was oh my God, I'm brain farting on her real name, but it was Tasha Yar.
From Star Trek.
Denise Crosby.
Yeah. She ordered a vegetarian sandwich, and they didn't have it, and I had one, and I had another half, and I'm like, take mine.
We've had a lot of celebrity run-ins, which is pretty fun, but yeah,
there's all sorts of, I'm sure out this wonderful question that you just asked, I'll think of all of the fun moments 2 hours after we're done with this.
I had a guy once that came up to me, and he said, I have no books because my house burned down, and blah, blah, blah. He went on for 10 minutes, and he said, I just wanted to come and say hi. So I gave him a stack of comics. I'm like, here, dude. I said, I don't know what you're going to do with them with no house, but maybe use them as a blanket. He stapled them together and made a blanket. I have no idea. I just felt so bad. The guy had this face, this crushed face, and he stood online, and he just came to tell me that his house burned down.
That is
and
so sad.
it was terrible.
Oh,
I didn't know what to do. I thought I put that cigarette out. I really did. I'm kidding. I kid. I don't smoke cigarettes. So.
Oh my goodness.
I don't drink. The old joke, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I don't curse.
I don't smoke cigarettes. That's where it ends.
That was one of the first jokes I'd heard as a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
I don't drink, I don't curse, and I don't smoke.
Right.
God damn it! I left my cigarettes in
the bar.
Oh, there you go.
I guess you might have to bleep some of this. So.
No.
Oh, we're live. We're fine.
Yeah. Various comics and collectibles.
I have a question. So if you ever get a chance to do Harley again, right? Is there any part of her backstory that you think you can delve into more, or even bring up that would, deepen her background?
I think we did a lot of that in the series over the 5 years. We did a lot of stuff. Her parents, her brother, family. I don't know if the mother's still dead, but as soon as we left the book, they killed the mom for some reason, and I don't know if she's still dead. If we did the book again,
I would totally undo that.
She would be instantly alive again. So we'd be like, I'm sorry, but but I think the stories we had, because we still have a lot of notes and stuff, would be probably just some more stories with her supporting cast, because I always thought that the character, she really was so much fun when she had her own crew. Like I get the cartoon is fun because it has all the Batman villains and everything, but it reads like a DC, Gotham.
It's an ensemble thing.
I might introduce her brothers into it more. It'd be fun to see her relationship with her brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe like all the girls that used to do her hair at the local salon would maybe form a team. They'd have maybe they call the Ozone Squad or something.
First appearance.
Right, the Aquanet. The character's name's Aquanet. What's the other one? What's the other brands? We would definitely. Yeah, and that's how comics are made, folks.
So Amanda, if you could draw any character, we'll start with Marvel. Who would it be? I mean, who haven't you drawn? I mean, you've drawn so many amazing covers.
I think the better question would be, what character would she want to draw? Because she's drawn all the characters.
Almost all the characters. I don't think I've drawn every single character in the Marvel universe, but my two favorites to draw are She-Hulk and Tigra. So Tigra, I did this weird little Tigra story in my own head that got me my first job at Marvel. So yeah, it was just I had to think of something to do some sequential craziness going on.
Do you think Tigra should have pants?
No, because she's covered in fur and it would be really hot.
I know people wanted to know this, so I just threw it out.
I mean that's why I always figured she kind of wore a bikini, because it's
right.
It's when you dress your pets.
Yeah, that's disturbing. You ever see? I saw a lady with a small dog and it had a pair of pants on it in Miami, and I for the life of me, I was like, what the hell? That poor dog is in hell.
I mean, I always think that they're sweating their little butts off. I mean, that's the thing is if you have a pet that has short hair and you put a sweater on. You put a sweater on your dog or your cat, and you live in Canada, that makes sense.
Right.
But if you live in Florida, or New York in the summertime, putting clothes on your pets, it makes.
Yeah, it seems like torture. It's like torture for them.
Yeah, and I feel Tigra. That's that's always how I explain it in my head. I'm like, oh, she's
But Yogi Bear had a shirt and tie, but he had no pants, right?
That's right.
It was free. It was free.
No, he had a hat.
He had a hat
and a tie. No shirt.
Oh, he had no shirt?
No, he has no shirt. He just has a tie.
Just a tie.
Same thing with Donald Duck.
With a collar. Hey,
what did Boo Boo have? What did the Boo Boo
just
have?
a bow tie. He reminded me like a Carlton.
Oh, bow tie. Yeah.
Just check it.
And Donald Duck has a sailor top.
Yep.
Yes.
But Scooby Doo doesn't wear any clothing, right?
It's just a collar.
Right. Yeah.
I mean Beast used to not wear clothing.
Who?
Beast.
Yeah, Beast.
Right. I mean, he's covered in fur, so
What if he gets amorous, like the Beast?
I was just thinking that. Does it look like what it is? It's got the lipstick dog thing going.
The Red Rocket.
Oh
the Red Rocket.
The Red Rocket.
The Red Rocket.
Oh no!
Well, that's all the time we have today, folks.
Yeah.
So now it's the Beast Wang, no longer the Bat Wang. It's
He's
the
another
Beast
book
Wang.
Marvel will never give Amanda Conner. The Beast.
Like, oh, the lipstick thing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Oh God.
Oh my god.
You know, yes, and Rudy, yes, Amanda does sell her artwork on paperfilms.com.
Yes,
Check it out.
yes,
She has her
yes.
artwork there. You're not allowed to talk anymore.
Oh my god, this has been
How
great.
many people are going to start doing drawings of the beast with that?
Dude.
With that?
Can you
The
just sign?
homage.
Can you sign your name and say lipstick?
Yes.
Homage. Amanda, would you recommend She-Hulk to a new reader? Our friend Glenn 2K on the other side of the pond is a new reader.
Oh, I do love She-Hulk.
Oh.
I actually, and this is embarrassing to say, but I haven't read any She-Hulk in quite some time, just because. And here's a sad thing: when you start drawing and writing comics, it lessens your reading time, which really sucks. So yeah, I haven't read She-Hulk in
You
a
like
while.
the John Byrne ones, right? The John Byrne.
Well, that's from my childhood.
Yeah, well, they can still get that.
Yeah.
In a trade book.
Yeah.
Or an
But
omnibus.
I'm sure whatever they're doing now is probably pretty awesome. I did a cover not that long ago with She-Hulk on it.
That's right, with the crime in the pet store cover. I don't know what.
I just made up a, I like to.
It had Tiger in it too. No
Right,
beast,
no
no beast,
beast.
unfortunately. The beast wasn't at the window.
He was waiting to get taken home.
Next cover,
What
just
about-
gotta have somewhere. You gotta put lipstick somewhere in your next cover. Just
Yes. Yes.
a stick of lipstick, please.
Beast
please.
with Botox.
I got that from what was that movie? It had the guy. It had the guy from Scrubs and the girl that Colin has a crush on.
Oh my god, that's like 30 girls. What are you talking
It's
about?
like 30
I'm never gonna find what this is.
Amidala.
Amidala?
Yeah.
Natalie
Well, the girl,
The professor.
Natalie Portman.
Natalie
Natalie
Portman.
Portman.
And they were talking about dog penis, and she's like, "Oh, here comes the lipstick."
Oh my God.
That's where I heard that.
Sure. Any other questions, guys? Anything?
You guys, this has been so. Oh my god,
You
I
learned
love you guys so
nothing
much.
today.
To answer the question, I do recommend She-Hulk. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for getting there.
Yeah.
Oh my
goodness. Well, guys, I think we are at the mark, right, Alonzo?
We're at the top. We're at the top of the hour.
And we're never coming back. on this.
No, no, no.
Oh, please come back.
I know we
Please.
want you to come back.
Open door always, you guys. If we
Yeah.
can, oh my god.
We could
This has
continue
been
for the
amazing.
lipstick.
Oh.
You know what? Amanda's actually working on in the Kickstarter for Painkiller Jane as a mystery adult cover, and she's actually working on that. Can you think you can work some lipstick into that idea?
Oh, I am now, I guess.
Okay, so everyone will know when they see it. That'll be like a code for this show, like
Yeah.
a tip of the hat to the
I'm
team
gonna have every cover.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys
So-
do not forget, sub up and go to their Kickstarter and
Go
go to
support 'em.
Painkiller Jane.
I was gonna
Definitely.
say, if there's gonna be a brand on it, you should put like TNH. You know.
And you guys got it right there.
Yep.
It's
There you
the
go.
company is A&J Lipstick.
TNH lipstick.
A&J Cosmetics.
Red.
Oh my god.
You guys are laughing, but wait till you see the cover. I know she doesn't let that stuff go. That makes
It's my
me.
hit now,
It's
so.
like
You know what? I am going to go to your Kickstarter right now, and
Yes.
I'm going to buy that
Yeah.
cover, that Amanda like not safe for work cover.
I get
I'm
paid
going
on
to-
Thursday.
After we're done, I'm going there and buying it.
No,
Oh
that's
my
good.
god.
Yeah.
I hope you learned something today. Oh, there you go. Look at Late Night Comics there you go.
Yeah, right there.
That's the beastly shade of red.
Oh my god, I think I'm gonna fall out of my chair right now.
Someone
I'm gonna go
put a
back to
blue
work.
background in
Now
the
I gotta
back.
go back to work. I gotta be.
Yes,
Oh my
you're in trouble,
I'm,
man.
I'm never going to look at lipstick the same way
I don't
again.
think any
Yeah,
of
You're
I might-
welcome.
Oh my god.
Oh
This
my
has been, oh.
This is
Already
the best
bought it.
lunchtime I've ever had during a weekday. I swear to
Oh, yes.
God.
My wife tends to watch whatever streams I'm on. Like, honey, you're gonna have to excuse the last 10 minutes, okay?
No, you're gonna have to turn it up.
Does she wear lipstick, your wife?
Yeah.
It's an honest question. What's so funny about that?
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Jeff, are you all right there?
No. My guts are hurting right now.
Oh my God, look at that. Copy already bought one. All right, Copy.
Yeah.
Copy 801.
Yeah, if you like your creatives, go support them.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
100%.
That's it. We thank you guys. This
No,
was
thank
a lot
you.
of fun. We look forward to the fallout from this interview.
No.
The next 10 years.
You guys are
of our
always
lives.
welcome back.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Yes, we
if
love
I
you
see you at
guys.
the pod, I'm bringing lipstick.
This is the first time I've done an interview with any comic creator. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Well, it's downhill from here, Anthony. Most of them are boring guys that never leave their basement. So you're gonna. I don't know what to tell you. You got spoiled with Amanda.
Oh, you guys are
I think
awesome.
we
I love
have.
you guys so much. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll never look at it again any different.
That's
Like,
right.
Alonzo, just
You wanna
leave the rest of the year clear.
I like Moonlight Comics, and our next Kickstarter will be cosmetics. Very good one. Moonlight Comics.
Yes.
Oh my God, there she is right there, Michelle. Oh my God.
Beastly red, beastly blue.
Oh my God.
It brings out the beast.
Blue.
All right.
He just brings out the beast in
Can you guys
you.
let us go now? Can we go?
Okay.
This is fun.
No, it's gonna get worse. We have to get out of here.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you guys so much.
All right,
Thank you
guys.
so very
Best
much.
to everybody.
All right.
Take care.
Alonzo,
I got it.
don't put me in here. Put you.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.